People that don't play the pokies won't know. People that do will. The pokies can take both cash, but also a player card. So with their player card, they become cashless anyway. So they've already sort of got cashless poker machines, but they want to remove the cash side of it. Now, this is just a furphy. There's no way they'll ever introduce spending limits. It's just saying, oh, that's what we're going to do to get it cashless. And then they're going, oh, we've decided not to put the spending limits on, because as soon as they do that, hotels and clubs will lose, billions each year. And the very last concern of any government is people suffering, losing houses, and people commit suicide. There's some trusted members of New South Wales government talking about it. So what are they really up to? Being fully cashless poker machines in pubs and clubs. There's a bank of poker machines in an actual club, and as you can see, they've got both note acceptors and player card slots. So if you put your player card in, it might have a balance, or it might be even zero. But if you put $50 into the note acceptor and then, play $5 and then hit collect, it loads the $45, or even if you don't play it, the $50 up onto your card. And when you put your card into the machine, say next to it, it loads the $50 up onto the credit meter. So you can then play that machine. And then to get the cash, if you're leaving and you want to take your cash, you can take your player card up to the bar, and they will then deduct it off the card and give you the cash. Or if you remove your card when you're playing the machine and you hit collect, it'll print up a printed ticket, and you take that to another machine that converts it to cash. And this system is designed so the more turnover you have, you get reward points, and you can also then go and, get a toaster or whatever they've got in the rewards cabinet once you've built up enough rewards points. So what is it about this setup that these guys don't like? Well, there's a number of ways this system can be used that they don't like. Now, the first one is drug dealers coming in with their cash, putting it into a machine, and then withdrawing it straight away as a game machine prize. It's just called good old-fashioned money laundering. But the police and AUSTRAC and the clubs and pubs, they have really close relationships as far as identifying different people and keeping them out of the establishments and really monitoring all of their activity. So they might not catch every single person doing a bit of money laundering, but they've got it pretty well under control that they don't need to bring in a cashless system. And on the odd occasion, you'll get tradies who might do a couple of cash jobs on top of their normal invoice jobs. They put the extra couple of $100 in the pokies and then withdraw it straight out as a pokey win. If they suspect that someone's doing it, they can get the player activity statements and show that it wasn't a win, but that's a bit of investigation, and if it's a small amount, they're not really going to catch guys doing that. And you also get instances, I've actually heard this secondhand, if a guy came across any extra money he didn't want his wife to know about, he just put it in a pokey, load it up onto the card, and then just use it as an ATM whenever he wanted to spend the money on himself. But what you could also do, and this is what I think they've got in mind, and they really like to stop, is if you just deposited your pay into a bank account, obviously you just withdrew the whole lot, however much you get each week, $1,500 or whatever, and you put it onto this card, put it into the pokies or take it to the bar and get it loaded up onto your card, and then don't go and gamble or anything, and then just use the bar as like an ATM. Now, the clubs don't mind, because if they've got, 1,000 people doing this and they're putting on, $1,500 on their balance, well, that's a lot of money, and they're only paying the one bank account fee. So they would make money on interest anyway. So the clubs wouldn't be against that. Especially the clubs nearby or just on public transport, you can just go there and you can just ask for I just want to take $20 cash off my card, and they'll just give it to you. And you're not doing FPOS or ATM withdrawals, so they can't track where you've been. And of course, if you're using cash, what you're buying. So these clubs, and I'm pretty sure hotels would do it as well with player reward cards, they've become like a free, there's no transaction fees or anything, or account keeping fees, a free, like a bank account type of thing, but with another party that stops them from seeing what you're doing. Now, maybe this is becoming widespread. Maybe it's a practice people are starting to do, because the government, because these venues are licensed, they can go and do audits on these player reward systems. So maybe they're seeing trends of people deciding, I think I'll hide what I'm doing from the government. And the banks would know, and gee, they wouldn't like it, would they? Someone just gets their whole pay put in and then taken straight back out, so they're not hanging on to it. They're not benefiting from it. The club is, and they can't see what you're doing. And they can't sell advertisers your spending habits if they don't know what they are. So when you look at this story, at first, anyone who doesn't play the pokies will think, oh, it's nothing to do with me, I don't care about cashless pokies. But it's not about the pokies, it's about the system of being able to manage your money without them knowing. That's what I really think this is about. I'm not sure if too many people were interested in this one, but anyway, I've done it. All right, that's it for this one.